everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Camilla.
Today we're taking a look at a game called Cafe Baras.
Cafe Baras.
This is here to basically get people who like capybaras.
Yep.
You know, that's what it is. Also coffee. So if you like both those things, you're in luck. If you like just one, you're probably still in luck. It's a small filler game. I'll show you how to play. In this game, you're going to start with basically a person who runs the cafe here, and they give you a type here. So we got some tea. This is the good cafe, unlike these people, these cretins who are serving coffee. But you'll start with one of them. You also start with a handful of cards. There are more cards here, and I want to talk about these cards. There are two types of cards. There is food, like these cookies and cafe con leche, and there is basically decor, like an armchair or having a DJ. On your turn, you have two options. One, you can pay coins. Everyone starts with 7 coins, and you can pay coins to add something to your cafe in front of you. So you'll pay the coins that come with the game, and you'll put that in front of you where it will score you points at the end of the game. Each thing that you add to your cafe, if you add food to your cafe, you now have that food. If you add decor, you add one of 3 different types of decor to your cafe, and they'll score you, the decor will also score you kind of unusual points at the end of the game, while food is just going to be basically a certain number, like this one here is worth 3. The other thing you can do on your turn is once you start having food in your cafe, and you always start with at least one, you may have to do this, you discard, so when you ignore the top half, and you're just looking at the chalkboard at the bottom, and you're going to get 1 coin for each of the foods that you have here. So if I look at my cafe now, I have tea and coffee and sweets. Well, these people only want tea. They also want soup and a smoothie. I don't have those. So I just got 1 coin, discard the card. You could even discard and get 0 coins. And then you'll draw a new card and add to your hand. But that is what you're going to do so that you can get more coins to add more stuff. If, when you give something to a customer, if you have all 3 of these and you have the decor in your shop, then they become a regular. You'll tuck them underneath your card here, and these cards will be worth 4 points at the end of the game. Some customers also really, really love food. So this one, for example, really loves tea. So they'll give you a coin for every tea that you have in front of you. And then there's all sorts of things, special abilities. Like, for example, if I put out this soup here, the next card I add costs 1 instead of what it shows. So I keep that sort of thing in mind. And then there's going to be some special customers here at the top. And at the end of the game, if you meet the requirements, 2 different performers, 2 armchairs, Tinto coffee, and 2 tables, you'll get 6 points. At the end of the game, you'll add these points, plus the points in the cards that you have, plus 4 for each of your regulars, and whoever has the most points is the winner. The game ends when someone gets 3 regulars or 4 in a 2-player game. I really like the artwork in this game. Cindy Monroy does it, and I think she's done a lot of their other art for their various games that they have. They have a lot of
family weight games.
Yeah, this animal universe.
Yeah.
Here, apparently, everybody is a capybara. Well, maybe not. I don't know what the customers are because you don't really see them.
Right. I think they're being served by the Cafe Baras, right?
Yes. Yeah, you are running the cafe, and maybe everyone's a capybara. I don't know. Anyway,
they definitely are.
It's unbelievable to me how much simpler this game was than I thought.
Yes.
I looked at all these icons and everything. I was like, oh, wait, you take a card,
Yes.
you put it in front of you, or you discard a card for a coin, eventually 2 coins, eventually 3 coins.
Right. Even reading the rule book, it plays simpler than it's going to read. I feel like even it takes that first round or 2, and then you're like, oh, I'm really overcomplicating this in my mind.
Yeah. It does lead, so because that's simplicity, there's a couple things about the game. One is you can get really lucky sometimes with a card. That's the exact card I want, or there's no cards that I need. I have some customers in my hand that need 3 coffees, and I'm still waiting for a coffee card, and every time it's out, Camilla takes it.
Yes, very much.
And some cards are like, hey, play this card and play another card. Those feel pretty powerful. There's things like that. So that's one thing. The other thing is, this is one of the few games in the world that I'll say this about. I think it could be longer.
I think it could be not just longer, but it needs a little bit more going on. I'm a real big fan of filler games, family weight games, ones that you can get to the table quickly and often. And for me, I feel like this just was missing that little bit of oomph to be engaging through the entire play. So it needed to have a little bit more going on and maybe be a little longer. Especially, I feel like that end game would creep up for one person. You know, whoever did get those lucky card draws or was really able to pull off a big turn early game, that person is going to win. That person's going to trigger the end of the game and going to be the person that wins. It felt very deterministic.
I definitely felt my first game, I was like, okay, wait, you already have two people that you've completely satisfied?
Right, yeah.
And then the game was over. Now, I think we feel slightly different in that regard because I don't have a problem with the game itself. I just thought it was shorter. It's a really easy fix for me. You got to do 4, 5, 6. Just pick however many satisfied customers. We just lengthen the game. And then I'm okay with it. And I'm okay with it even as it is. I'm just saying it's one of the few games when we were done, I was like, I could have played longer. You know, it was so fast. It says 30 minutes in the box. It's closer to 20.
It is. If everyone knows how to play, I'd put it more at 20. Yeah.
So I think people are going to enjoy the theme. I think this would be not a terrible game to play with kids. Because it's pretty easy. They're going to like the idea of putting together this little cafe to serve people. And it's not much more complex than that, but there's also not a lot more to say about it.
Right. Yeah. There's not a whole lot.
But I still enjoy it. I don't love it. I wish there was a little bit more. But for me, it's a solid 7. If you have, hey, we got 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, here's a fun game. And especially if you're entranced by the theme or not, I think that you will enjoy it. Like I said, it could be a little bit longer, but also I don't think that's a super punishing thing. Again, publishers don't listen to me. Most games need to be shorter.
I'm close. I'm coming in at a 6 on this one. This is one that I think almost always play. If somebody wanted to play, if it's the filler game to kick off the night, something like that, I'm never going to say no to it, but I'm also not going to think of it and recommend it. I think, and like you were saying where we kind of disagree, is I think if we played till 4 or 6 of those things, it definitely would have just felt like that gap between whoever was lucky enough or the whoever's in the lead, that gap is just growing in that extra time. So I do feel like it needed just a little bit more interesting things going on, but I'm super happy to play this, especially in a 20-minute package. I'm just not necessarily going to think of it and recommend it.
Also, you can go out and pet capybaras in cafes, right?
Yes, you can.
It's insane. All right. Well, there you go, folks.
Cute.
It's Cafe Baras. I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Camilla.
See you next time. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.